Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning, Joseph.
How are you this fine school vacation week morning?
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't mean anything to me anymore. My kids are all grown, but I know it means a lot to the kids out there. They have a grand time. I know they look forward to school vacation.
Yes, and I'm sure they're looking forward to coming back without having to wear face masks. If you could talk a little bit about some of the actions taken at the school committee meeting.
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, the state made a ruling after the 28th. Of course, the city school committee in various districts did the same thing. They had their own mandates and policies and so forth in place. So we revisited our policy and voted in line with the state, which was to lift them effective when they come back from school vacation. So I think the kids have had it. I know that I've had it, but I know the kids have definitely had it. I heard from a number of teachers, and they were saying the kids were jubilant when they heard the news. You don't think about that part of it. They pretty much follow along, do what they're supposed to do, and but I know they've had it as well. I was watching a couple of weeks back a game between Quincy High and North Quincy High, and watching them play on the court with masks on. It's just absurd to me. So I'm happy for everybody. I get the reasoning for it all. I think with a look back, we might do things a little differently, but I understand the intentions of everything was to try to keep everybody safe as we could. So let's hope we're continue to go in the right direction in general with this thing.
Yeah. Does that also end the contact trace, the pool testing program?
Yeah, you know what? I assume it does.
Okay.
I assume it does.
Just a reminder that masks are still required on school buses, right, because of the federal rules.
That's correct. And there's a couple of other state rules. I think if you're in the nurse's office, for example, in the schools, they require wearing a mask.
Okay. But for the most part, it is over for the time being, and you say a lot of folks are happy about that, I'm sure.
Oh, let's hope forever. And remind people that there are some people that they under the law they recommend if you're just coming off from being sick, you wear one for a few days, etc. But there's really no way to enforce that stuff. It's up to individuals. I mean, if somebody's more comfortable wearing a mask, that's okay too.
Yeah.
But the mandate is gone, which is great.
Yeah, I think that's important to point out that it's not forbidden to wear one if you so choose.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, I know that you talked at the meeting about opening the school committee meetings again up to the public.
Yes, March 9th. We just haven't decided whether we'll have it at the council chamber or at the school committee room.
Okay. Is that depending on anticipated public turnout, or?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, if I don't know, we could get nobody, but it's been a while since the public has been invited in because of what we've been going through.
Yeah.
So the question is, are we going to be inundated with many people at that first meeting? If we are, maybe we're better off going to the council chamber because it's a much larger room.
Sure.
So we're trying to figure that out.
And I know I ask you every week about the teacher's contract, and that has been resolved, yes?
It's been resolved. The last special school committee meeting, we voted to ratify. That was the final action taken, and so now the teachers are all squared away through September, I believe.
Very good.
This goes back, as you know, 2 years. So.
Yep. Same as the other unions, Mayor?
The other unions are all June 30th, but the schools are on a little different cycle. Some of them are August. I think it's late August, so we say September.
The terms, though, were the same?
Terms are the same, correct.
Okay.
0-3.
If you could, Mayor, maybe bring us up to date on the plans for the Dr. Richard DeCristofaro Special Learning Center over on Old Colony Avenue.
Yeah, that's been quite a process, and I thought we'd be able to go in and do some minor improvements to the place and move right in. But after going through a number of meetings with the folks at the school department, particularly those who are involved in the special needs programs, looking at the recommendations from the state and all the code issues that are required, it became a much bigger project than I first anticipated. So it's got to be a pretty good demo in the interior of the building. The building out of the spaces for the different ages and different challenges. There's a lot of requirements. For example, Joe, especially with the little ones that have some challenges, there's a lot more bathrooms required. You get into bathrooms, HVAC, kitchen stuff. That's where the dollars really ring up quickly on a construction project. So, but having said that, we're getting underway, and it's time. But when we're finished, it will be a state-of-the-art facility, which I know is important to the families. It wasn't just a matter of taking some empty space we had and pushing the kids into that empty space. The reality is this is going to be built out state of the art. It'll be as beautiful and as up to date as any school in the state dealing with this population. So that's a good thing. Our families should be proud of that and should be happy and looking forward to that aspect of it. And quite frankly, at the end of the day, we still save money as a city. So it's a win-win.
Is there an updated timeline that you could provide?
I think it's probably going to be at about 18 months, Joe.
Okay.
The construction.
And we require any additional funding, do you think?
We use some ESSER money with it as well, so I think we're there.
Okay.
As you know, the whole cost of everything and the pricing of things, supply chain has gone crazy.
Yeah.
Just go fill up your car, right? You know, we're kind of wacky right now with inflation and numbers, so we'll keep a close monitoring on things. But I think we're in a good place right now. Documents are in place, the money's in place, and now it's about 18 months. So the goal is that, September of 23, I believe, that we'll be able to get into that building. That's the goal. Who knows? You get into building this thing out, and all of a sudden you get 3 months delay on materials. It's just right now we're not really sure. So full steam ahead, at least.
And will that mean that the Mannett Health Center COVID clinic will have to relocate?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. Any date on when that will happen?
I do not know, but it's probably imminent.
Okay. I know they have a clinic this week. They'd had nothing scheduled for next week, so it may be shifting gears even as we speak.
Yeah, I'm sure they're. And by the way, the demand is down too. I mean,
yep.
A large percentage of the population has been vaccinated, and at this point, to be able to do those numbers probably directly out of their clinics, it would have been a disaster for them in the peak of this thing. This would have been very difficult, but. Yep. At this point now, we're getting a good handle on things, and the numbers are far more doable, if you will, in their regular buildings.
Yeah, I know they're very, very grateful to have had that space for so long. It really expanded their
it worked out very well.
Yep, very much so. Any date, Mayor, for your State of the City address yet?
No, I got to make that decision, though.
Okay.
The calendar's going, we're turning a page for another month very soon, so I got to take care of that soon.
Okay. We will.
Probably the middle of March.
All right. We look forward to that. Always a pleasure, Mayor.
Will you really look forward to that, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know of anybody else that looks forward to that.
You want to know? I will tell you, I have every script from every speech you've given since you took office.
Oh, boy. You're a sick man.
It's just my job. Enjoy the snow on Friday, Mayor.
Yeah, I know. It is that time of year. What can you do?
Half a foot.
It snows, we plow. What are you going to
do? That's nothing compared to the blizzard. We'll be fine.
Oh, exactly.
Have a good day.
Thanks, Joe.
Yep.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.